These are my friends Felix, Jordan, Joe, and also me. Last July, while our university lectures were still going on, we allowed ourselves to take off 2 days, combine them with the weekend, and go on a little trip into the Swiss Alps. For Felix and me, the train ride from Freiburg into the heart of the Swiss Alps took only about 3 hours and cost us around 20 euros one way. The destination of our train journey and the starting point of our hike was Visp. Visp is a town in the German-speaking part of a very large and famous valley called the Wallis. Our hike would first lead us into the Vispa Valley, which is famous for being the driest valley in the entire Swiss Alps. Our goal was to get up and across a mountain ridge called the Visgrat. On the other side of the Visgrat begins the Nanstal, which would lead us all the way back down to the Wallis. But this time to the town of Brieg, from where we wanted to catch our train back home. Our journey to Visp took a little bit longer than expected, because one train got cancelled. But after all, in July the days in the Alps are long and hot. So on that first evening we were already able to do a lot of elevation meters, and we also had to hike a little bit in the dark. We spent our first night sleeping on the forest floor of a magical little valley next to a small stream of fresh water. The little stream was truly a life-giving force for this valley, because it was really obvious that this rich and green vegetation was a really big contrast to the barren and dry landscape that we hiked through during the previous night after sunset. And it also provided us with some fresh drinking water to make coffee and breakfast. We started our first full day of hiking of this trip by picking some cherries for a snack, and then marching through some idyllic and lonely agricultural landscapes. During this whole day, there would only be 3 occasions on which we saw any other human beings. Hike also led us through the town of Vispra Terminen, which has, among other things, a really long tradition of making wine from the highest vineyards in all of Europe. can see an old water transportation system which leads water from the mountain creeks to houses and agricultural fields that are located on more dry parts of the mountain. After a long break by a creek where we all took a little nap, it was time to get some more elevation meters done. For the rest of the day, we were mostly hiking through pretty dry forests that consisted mainly of larch and pine trees. A lot of the trees were very old and beautiful. At the end of the day, we had ascended almost 1,200 meters of elevation, all the way from the creek where we woke up. We really pushed ourselves hard towards the end because we really wanted to get to a camping spot above the tree line to have a good view. And boy, did our effort pay off.
Achtung, Achtung. Oh, das ist ein großer Hopper. Chunky one.
Boy.
Come on, boy.
Do we eat rice tonight?
Oh, yeah.
But I have less weight. No, no.
After a chill breakfast with an amazing view, we were surprised by a whole lot of big visitors. Or should I say we met the locals.
Oh man. Cows are at our tent. We just came up. Hope they're not trying to play around with it.
They were definitely very interested in our equipment and made the process of packing our stuff a little difficult, but also kind of fun.
Hi.
Maybe close the...
Oh no.
no. Yeah, we want to fill our water bottles, but yeah, these guys are really thirsty and pushy. Probably better not to argue with them and just let them have their water. Wow, check this out. We started the hike all the way down there in that town. And right now we are almost, soon we're gonna be 2 kilometers above where we started. Yeah, which is a hell of a lot of elevation meters. Yeah, but feeling good. Feeling powerful. Well, we just had breakfast. Right, so we want to walk all the way on there and then climb that ridge all the way up. It's gonna be so great. All the way from the forests and fields of the valleys up to the alpine meadows and rocky mountain ridges, we were always accompanied by a wide variety of the most beautiful and colorful flowers. How are you doing, guys?
Exhausted, but let's get going.
Excited.
Oh, actually, you can see, I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's a teeny tiny cross up there, right there. That's where you have to get to.
We're gonna claim that.
Don't see.
Little cross all the way up. You have your glasses on.
Come on.
Yeah, we've been climbing for a long time, and it feels like the uphill, the elevation gain takes much longer than yesterday, like a bit more exhausting, but crazy views, super enjoyable. And as soon as we stop it, getting very cold. But when you're hiking uphill like that, you start to sweat. So one or the other. What is this? Is this a Murmeltier? Highest point of the trip! 2,800 something meters.
Doesn't matter anymore. We are pretty high.
Pretty high.
Wow.